What's up, guys? Welcome to the Behind the Rose podcast. I'm your host, Joseph, aka the Daily Brew Reviewer. Today, we have a special episode, a reminder that great business doesn't always go behind an espresso bar. Sometimes it starts with something completely different. I'm sitting here with Nicole, the owner of Boutique Coffee Made Simple in Clifton Park, New York. Before coffee became her calling, Nicole owned and operated a successful cleaning business. What started into a small side quick turn into something much bigger. Bigger with a tiny espresso machine, a vision, and a willingness to take a calculated risk. That single machine turned into boutique space. That boutique turned into a full coffee shop experience, and today, Boutique Coffee Made Simple is known for its creative themed flights, seasonal concept, and community-driven atmosphere that keeps customers coming back for more. In this episode, we'll talk about growth, taking a leap when its time feels uncertain, and how Nicole turns a simple idea into Clifton Park's most talked about coffee spot. So let's grab your cup of coffee and get into it. Nicole, welcome to the podcast.
It was my day off. It's weird not to go to the shop for one day.
Why did you decide Monday to be closed?
Originally, we were closed Sunday and Mondays because of staffing and needing a life. So when you first own a coffee shop, it's usually yourself and one other person running it. I needed to stay closed for 2 days, but Monday was one of the most dead days, but I feel like we'd be busy now because people in the service industry especially only get Mondays off, so they get annoyed that we're not open.
I know the one thing that I need on a Monday that I'm off, especially on a holiday, is what coffee shop I'm going to go to.
We'll work on that.
We're going to kick it off on some general questions. What was your original vision behind Boutique Coffee, and how did it evolve to the concept to storefront?
I've had a cleaning company for 20 years. Since COVID, it's never going to be the same. I opened up a boutique called Life Made Simple Boutique. I love the sense of community, people coming in, meeting them, talking with them. We added a small coffee machine and started coffee, but it was really, really small. And when I decided to move out of that spot because it wasn't enough to support the business, I knew I had to move. And I really wanted to go to Clifton Park Half Moon because I lived there my whole life. It was like my community.
Well,
When I opened there, I'm like, I really want a coffee shop. Emma was like, that would be really cool to open a coffee shop. It wasn't this big thing we thought of for years. It was kind of on a whim, but that's what makes it really cool. A lot of things we do are like that. Originally, we were just going to have baked goods. We thought we could run a coffee shop, have amazing coffee lattes, and just sell baked goods. People like hot breakfast sandwiches. They want more. So we had to add food. We kept adding more things like that. And now we're open more days a week. And we expanded once. So yes, it's forever evolving.
give me some detail on all your gluten-free and what made you decided to put more gluten-free options into your store.
My daughter and I have celiac, and we know how hard it is to find gluten-free items, especially safe and fresh. Usually when you go somewhere, it's prepackaged. We wanted to do fresh, have a variety, and make it really safe for anyone, especially people that have celiac or allergies to gluten. We don't have any regular stuff anymore because people love the taste. We're tricking them one dessert at a time.
Exactly. And I don't really taste much of the difference of the gluten-free stuff, especially that you guys have great gluten-free options. It's good for my wife's aunt, has celiac disease, and she needs gluten-free options.
Mhm.
Now I can bring her to a place like yours. Not too many coffee shops around town have that gluten-free options or a variety that you got in your store in general. And it's great that you have that, and it makes it so much convenient. And you are pretty much very passionate when it comes to making sure that it's very safe, and you handle it pretty good with separating
Yes.
from regular to gluten-free, because you don't want nobody
Yes.
getting the wrong item and wind up something happening to them.
We're really strict about the training. When I train somebody, I tell them, think of it as poison. The minute you touch the poison, you can't touch anything else. So it can be that severe. The only thing we have in-house that has gluten in it is bagels and croissants, and we have a whole different prep area for that, and toasters. So everything we cook, bake, put on our stovetop in our pans is made gluten-free. We're very strict about that.
And that's really good. And I appreciate you taking the time to make sure food safety and handling is the biggest priority when it comes to your business.
Absolutely.
How did that concept wind up being evolved to your branding? Like, how did you come up with the let's just do a theme flight and put it out there and see how it does?
It's crazy. When we opened over 2.5 years ago, we probably started flights 4 to 6 months in. We've been doing flights for 2 years. And then we kind of would do theme ones like we've done like peanut butter one back in the day or different seasons and things like that. A few months ago, Emma and I have this creative thing where we always think outside the box. I'm like, we should do a theme flight, have it interactive or cool and have accessories on the side. I think it started with the Harry Potter one and it just blew up from there and everyone wanted in on it. That's what makes us is the uniqueness of it. We don't want to be like any other coffee shop. We love those coffee shops ourselves for different reasons, and we all have our different things. And I feel like that's our thing now.
I feel like that is more catered to your business. You're the only one in town, especially in the upstate area, that is doing those theme flights and being creative and coming up with the whole concept every month. I'm surprised, like the amount of themes that you guys come up with. It's out of this world.
Yeah.
I remember when I first started my Daily Brew Reviewer page, you were my first coffee shop on that list. I got my first flight from you guys, the PB and Blossom, the S'mores, and the PB and Dream. The ratings I gave, like the PB and Dream was like my favorite. It was a 10 out of 10. And like the S'mores was a 9.5. And then the PB Blossom is a 9.3. That was like you were my first video. And that's when I fell in love with your place.
Awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Now we'll be besties, Joe.
And it's funny though, because when my wife saw that video, she's like, that PB and Blossom looks amazing. She says, I definitely need to have that. Ever since then, she says, if you go in a boutique, please get me a PB and Blossom before you leave and bring it home.
Need to keep the wife happy.
Yes.
You spent a lot on coffee.
I spent a lot in your place for the coffee, but it's well worth it. I spend more in your coffee shop than any other around town.
Oh, we got to change that. You want a job?
I should get a job there. I want
Yeah.
to be a barista for the day. I definitely want to do that. It's
We would
fun.
love that.
Live streaming it and having a good time.
We need you to do that.
How do you decide which trend to embrace and what to pass off?
This is the amazing thing about us too. We're a mother-daughter team. I'll be 50 next August.
I feel like you're not
So-
50 years old.
Stay out of the sun. Otherwise, you leather up. My daughter, she's 22. So we have an older aspect of our company, and then we have a younger one. Everyone that works for us is about her age to about 30. They follow the trends and keep us that way. And then I have the older mind thinking. For instance, I was like, we're doing flights. We need a flight ticket. Like you would walk onto an airplane and have a QR code. So I'm always thinking about things like that. And then they're thinking about what's the new trend for flavors, TikToks, marketing, funny videos, things like that. So I think that's what keeps us alive.
What drink represents Boutique Coffee Made Simple as a brand and why? What drink will, like you pick out of your lineup, will represent your brand or your storefront?
That's really hard. And I'll tell you why. If you look at our signature menu, you see a lot of moons,
Yes.
right? That's what sets our brand. It would be the crescent moon because we're in Crescent Commons, the half moon because we're in Half Moon, New York, and the full moon because you can't have a crescent and a half without a full moon. I'm all about the moons.
Yeah.
So I can't say one drink because we have multiple drinks around the moon, and the beans that we sell are about the moon too. I can't just say one. But peanut butter, people love boutique and coffee. When it gets talked about, it's probably 75-80% about peanut butter.
What made you decide to use Chris's coffee out of other local roasters around the neighborhood?
The beginning of me opening a boutique, I'm all about helping small business. The things we sell are from small businesses. Chris is local. I get the stuff delivered once a week. It's roasted daily. I can run there if I have issues. I've never had a bad experience. They're easy to talk to. And I love their strong coffee and espresso beans. I think they have by far the best.
I've been to multiple coffee shops around the area, and some people use Chris's coffee. You know how to dial in a shot of espresso. Not too many people
Yes.
know how to dial in. If you dial in a perfect shot of espresso and make that perfect latte, you definitely
Yeah.
got it down packed. There are some places that have that Chris's coffee and just don't know what they're doing. One of them
Yeah.
that knows what you're doing, especially that you got it dialed in, great
Yep.
flavors coming out from the espresso and mixing in with those drinks.
It's honestly more about cleanliness of the machines. I've owned a cleaning company for 20 years, so I'm a crazy person. Secondly, think about how many coffee shop, especially the corporations, have an espresso machine and have kids running it. Do you think they're really backwashing their machines and cleaning it? Probably not.
I know I used to work in the
Clean those
industry.
old cleanliness is the most important part of a good cup of espresso for sure.
Yeah, if your espresso machine is clean and well kept and you do everything properly and maintain it, you're definitely gonna make that perfect shot of espresso. I used to work in Cumberland Farms, so I used to every night clean out the cappuccino machine, clean out the nozzles and
Yeah.
everything for the soda machines. I've been to places where they just don't clean that stuff, and the mold and everything is just disgusting, disgusting.
I could tell when I walk into a coffee shop if it's gonna be bad if the wand of their espresso machine is crusted.
Oh,
That makes me wanna vomit in my mouth. The backwash of the espresso machine, if it's really, really dirty, you could tell it doesn't get cleaned.
oh, I went to a coffee shop in Troy, and I seen the coffee wine was, like, dirty or old or whatever it was. I looked at it, I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna be terrible." I took a
Yeah.
sip and I did the video and everything. Now I just say how it is. If I don't like your coffee, that's how it is. Simple as that.
You sure do.
Yeah.
At least you like our espresso.
Some of your flavors, you definitely have unique flavors, and some of them are actually down packed pretty good. Some are just like, it's not for me, but it's for somebody
Right.
else. Everybody has different tastes, and we have different things that we like and don't like.
I wouldn't like the flight at all.
You wouldn't like the flat,
None.
not one?
So I don't drink sugar. I drink black coffee and my latte with almond milk and a little cinnamon powder.
I started getting into more of pour overs. I bought a V60 and I started doing
Well,
some pour overs and getting local roasters like Brutus Roasting and Stinky's Coffee, their beans,
mhm.
and just doing the pour over and tasting those notes.
Yeah,
It's totally night and day. Just drinking it black
literally.
and like
Yeah, if it's
understanding
good, you
it.
don't put sweeteners, but a lot of people love it. I do taste it. I gotta know what it tastes like, especially because we started making our own syrups and stuff, so we need to know that it's a good product going out.
Especially when local coffee shops start making syrups in house, it makes it so much better than dealing with the artificial syrups. It's night and day.
Yep, that's one reason we don't like Torani. The only Toranis we have are sugar-free, but sugar-free is artificial.
And for someone like me who likes to keep his weight down and be somewhat in his fitness journey, I go for sugar-free options, but for coffee syrups, I was like, "Nope, I gotta go for sugar."
For sure.
Big corporations are coming into the local area, especially Clifton Park. Seven Brew is in talks of trying to come into the Clifton Park area. How would it affect your business if they came into play now that there's already 3 in the Capital District?
Yeah, I think it's actually approved. It's going in near Taco Bell. It will affect me some, like all the coffee shops, but I don't think it's gonna affect me too much. I feel like the people that come to us are super loyal. A lot of people are looking beyond corporations and starting to go to small places. Anyone that goes to a Seven Brew, Dunkin', or a Starbucks usually goes because there's drive-throughs and they need to go fast. We have a uniqueness to our coffee shop. People come to us because they like what they're getting when they walk in. So
Yeah.
it'll affect us some, but it really won't. I do feel bad for the people in Northern Clifton Park, some of those coffee shops that are smaller. I'll definitely be praying for them because it's gonna be a little bit more hard for them to compete.
Yeah, because you got Mocha Lisa's and then you got Uncommon Grounds around that
Right.
area.
I'd hate to see anything happen to them.
Maybe Mocha Lisa's has got a good following and they're very strong when it comes to their book aspect of it and
Yeah.
coffee. To me,
Yep.
it's okay. I don't get the consistency. I go to your place, I get the consistency all the time. It's always on point. It's never different. I don't get a different taste or burnt taste. I've been to Seven Brew and it's nothing special. It's just pretty much a sugary milk drink with no flavor on the espresso. You don't taste much espresso whatsoever. They pack it
Right.
with so much sugar. It's convenient for someone like me who has kids. I can just go and pull in. I understand the convenience aspect of it, but then again, with someone like me, I want a good cup of coffee, and I don't get the customer service experience where I walk into a local coffee shop. They come in to your window. They says, "What do you like to order?" Well, where's your menu? They don't have really any menus that post up, so you're pretty much guessing to try to find out what kind of drink you want or what special they have. You have to ask the person,
See?
what do you have on the menu? Seasonal drinks you got in your menu that I can try out. I want to see what you guys got. I want the interaction, the hello, sitting down in a coffee shop and working my computer and enjoying the ambiance and meeting different people. That's the one thing that Seven Brew doesn't have that you guys have as a local
Right.
coffee shop.
I love being there, working. I'd be there every day if I could because of what you said. It's a sense of community. The regulars are my family. People that come in are happy. It's just an awesome vibe.
Definitely an awesome vibe, and I love the vibes there. Very bright though. Some people like a somewhat dim area for their vibes, but
Yeah.
to me, it's perfect. I love it overall. I love the little back corner area, so I can do all my videos from my flights. It makes it private.
Yeah. Awesome.
What feedback for customers have shaped the shop the most from customers?
I thank God we don't really get any negative comments. Sometimes when you come in and say a combo of some flavors, besides that, we don't get negative feedback. When we first started, we didn't have enough choices. We did go in with a signature drink and then a holiday menu. We did start with the seasonal menus right away. People kept asking for more. So now we change that a lot. We change our menu. I don't even know how many times a year. I would probably say 6 to 10. The good thing about us is we keep most of the flavors all year round. So if you loved a drink from the St. Patty's Day menu, you can get that all the time. People asking for more gluten-free food have definitely shaped our menu. We grow more on the drinks because that's more important to us. You're exceptionally good at one thing. That's the thing I want to make sure never gets bad because we love to sell drinks.
I love that I can just go there and say, "Hey, let me get a pumpkin spice latte." How do you keep up with making different flavors? Make yourself different from other coffee shops' seasonal flavor.
Mhm.
Like everybody typically does a peppermint
Yep.
mocha.
Yep.
What is something that you can probably do different or make it different than every coffee shop? We got a pumpkin spice latte on the menu for this season.
Yeah. Emma actually does take care of the menu. She's really good at that. So you'd have to ask her. She is really creative. So she doesn't copy. If it ends up being the same, it is what it is because of the flavor combos. We try to be unique. We just try not to worry too much about our competitors. We taste it before we put it on a menu and have all our staff taste it and rate it. We definitely go through a taste test before we roll anything out.
Next time you're starting to come up with a new item on the menu, invite me.
We're gonna have to come up with a Valentine's Day menu too.
You got a nice Valentine's flight, which is pretty cool.
That's been pretty popular. For
Yeah.
some reason, people don't love the white chocolate and raspberry though. That shocks me. I feel like that would be a good combo.
Not too many people like white chocolate. My wife, she's a chocolate fanatic,
like
but
it.
she does not like white chocolate.
I brought a point up to that girl and I said, that's totally okay. You can customize it. We could have put dark chocolate right in there. We can customize anything.
How important is community involvement to your business strategy?
That's got to be on the top because I'm very community minded. I feel like we're all put on earth to help others in some way. I used to have my own foundation. I helped people with cancer. My cleaning company got too busy. I ended up becoming vice president of the Logan Strong Foundation. I was there for years. I helped them a ton. We're always going to collect food, especially for celiacs. We adopt families, donate to a number of charities, and make sure our doors are open to anyone in our community at all times. I'm all about community. So as we get bigger, I will always make sure that we help even more. That's definitely very important to me.
That is awesome. You're doing a lot, especially for the community and the things that you do. And you have a lot on your plate with your clean company, the coffee stuff, the charities.
Well,
I'm gonna start calling you Wonder Woman.
some people will be like, I don't see you at the coffee shop as much. I'm still there. It's just I come a little bit later. Trust me, I'm working just as much. I'm just doing a little bit more for this company. The coffee shop is definitely the most fun, and that's what I want to do in my future. Eventually, we'll see what the future is for the cleaning company, but the coffee shop is my dream, and I can totally see myself retiring doing this.
Yeah, and then passing it on to Emma, and hopefully she can pass it on from the next generation.
We just got to keep learning and growing and adapting.
What roles as collaborations local creators like me play in your growth?
Important to have creators, influencers, because they all have different people that follow them. One could be more of a foodie, one could be more about coffee, one could be more about small businesses. When they do some kind of collaboration or a video and share it, it's shared to a wide range of people that we wouldn't get to without them. You have helped us grow tremendously, and we're forever grateful because you have different followers than we had, and you got out to different people that we couldn't have gotten to if it wasn't for you. Thank you for that, Joe. You are our hero.
I appreciate that you guys give me recognition for showing that I helped you out, bringing that target audience to your business and helping you grow as a business owner.
That shocks me. You don't hear that more.
I get a lot of comments saying, "Oh, I'm going over there," but I just don't know if these people are
Yeah.
actually going to these places. None of these business owners really say much to me. I feel like I hear
Yeah.
it more from you than anybody else, and it really touches me in my heart that I can bring that to
Yeah.
a local business, and it makes me happy.
Your passion is drinking good coffee, sharing your experiences, and helping small businesses.
And that's the point of my page,
Yeah.
is to make sure a small business like you grow.
Yeah, I can't speak of other small businesses, but I look around and I'm always like, I don't understand why people don't want to always be better. Let's say a coffee shop, just open their doors and wait for people to come in and do nothing unique and just boring. What's the point of wasting all your time and energy opening that up just to be a subpar place? That's not in my vocabulary. You have to learn and grow and depend on others. Some people just want to brag and say they did it all themselves. But I'm all about learning and listening. We listen to our employees and people that come in and your reviews. We learn from it and grow. And that's important.
Yeah, it definitely is important. Social media has been the biggest thing for these local coffee shops. A lot of them are jumping into Instagram and TikTok, doing all these crazy videos and making it look fun and making the staff join in. It's so much fun to see that the staff is happy, that the environment is great. People are just seeing these videos and say, "Hey, I'm going to go to that local coffee shop because it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Look what they're doing. These funny videos or whatever trends they're doing nowadays. It's mind blowing."
Have you ever gone in and the girls weren't smiling?
I want to do a video with the girls and say, "Hey, what is the most bizarre request that you got as a barista for somebody's order?"
I think the thing that everyone argues with us about is what a cortado is. Joe, what is a cortado? What is your definition?
Oh,
So they argue with us. So we got some crazy, like, what their definition of a cortado is.
I can't remember what a cortado is. Like, as a 1-to-1 ratio.
It's supposed to be like that, but there's such a definition with everybody, like equal parts milk versus espresso, and how many inches they think is the right way. But we get some weird requests that most coffee shops probably wouldn't cater to, maybe because of their diet and things like that. We'll get someone that comes in and specifically asks for a large ice cup with 4 shots of espresso and ice. And then on the side, in another cup, is their flavored cold foam, and they put it on top themselves. Not many other coffee shops would do that, but then they have the power to put what they want on it and the calories and things like that.
Just 4 shots and foam.
The flavored cold foam, usually it's dairy-free, sugar-free.
Okay.
That's a weird request, but we're all for it. Come
Hey,
in with
what?
your weird requests. We'll do it.
I was talking to Steven and I said, "What was the weirdest request you got?" He says somebody wanted a double shot of espresso, but they didn't want the espresso. They wanted the crema. I'm like, who just wants to drink the crema and not the actual
Yeah.
espresso? That was the weirdest bizarre request that I heard from him
Yeah.
as a coffee shop owner, and I just thought it was kind of funny.
They would see my face.
So, what has been the toughest lesson you have learned as a coffee shop owner?
If you want to have weekends off, go on vacations, coffee shop ownership or any restaurant, cafe is not the right life for you. 2.5 years of not having weekends off. It's finally getting better though. Now that we're getting bigger, we have more staff and we keep teaching them more. It is a lot of work. I'm very blessed to be working and growing like this. I have to be okay with not much of a life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So last summer, even though we had more college help, I was out working the coffee trailers at campsites all weekend long. That's when you can get the most money with the mobile units. So it's not going to change for a very long time.
Especially that you're 2.5 years in, you celebrate your 2 years, you're still constantly moving and trying to promote your business and get more target audience to your business so you can grow as a company.
Right.
I've worked my butt off for 2 to 3 years, and now I'm getting the growth that I need. I should be able to have a weekend off or enjoy a vacation. I have staff that I train that can take over while I'm out, and I don't have to worry.
Every time I go away, something happens with the espresso machine, or the ice machine, or the plumbing. There's so many moving parts to a coffee shop.
And those are things that typically happen. Doing so much work and need maintenance
Right.
regularly.
We did so much to the first one, we needed a second one because the first one can't keep up anymore.
What do you see for the next 3 to 5 years on expansion? How can you keep the motivation of people coming to your coffee shop?
Joe, I say I'm going to do something and I do it. We are going to keep growing. We're going to expand in our current location and have a bigger kitchen, more seating. We're going to have 2 mobile units. I'm hoping to park that in a busy area starting in the spring. I will be opening a second location at some point. This is our baby. We will be opening a second location at some point, probably in northern Saratoga County. Because of the uniqueness of our business and our plan, I could see myself franchising sometime in the future. It's a big dream. The name's trademarked. It's a trend now, these coffee shop boutiques. Like if you search boutique and coffee, it's a new trend. I own that name now, which is really cool. We're always going to make sure that gluten-free is our priority along with our espresso lattes and coffee. That will always be our priority.
Exactly. And
And then we can't give up the flights now, so we got to just keep going with that. It will get harder to pick themes though.
you don't always have to create a theme. Just keeping
Right.
it basic and then switching it up every once in a while or do seasonal theme. It's hard to keep up with that.
Poor Emma, she really likes to take control of that one.
She does a
Yeah,
very good job of picking out
she's
themes.
very creative for sure. She's my partner. She does a lot. She's the creativity. I'm the brain.
That's a good
I'm pretty
thing, though.
creative too.
It's a good thing to have her there because she's learning as she is growing with you with this whole journey,
Mhm.
and hopefully she can pass that on from generation to generation and make it such a great place for everybody. Coffee has been the trend in the past couple of years. When Starbucks first came into the play, coffee and everything has been a big, huge thing. Then it started dwindling down. Now that more coffee shops are around the local area, the trend has picked up. Everybody's starting to go into these local coffee shops and not spending their time at Dunkin' or Starbucks. And all these local coffee shop owners are starting to come up with great themes or great drinks
Right.
or trying to come up with creative ideas like having a coffee shop at a bookstore. That's the biggest thing now. Rough Draft in Kingston. They've been a bookstore and a coffee shop, and it's really great because reading has been a huge essential. Now everybody is going into bookstores, coffee shops, and bookstores. The boutique aspect is starting to evolve. Hopefully, this trend will continue and it doesn't die down.
I know.
And that's
I
the hard
know.
part of being a coffee shop owner, my business being successful now, but what am I gonna do for the next 2 to 3 years? How can I keep that momentum going as a
Right.
business owner?
Do you know that there's more coffee shops than there are pizza places right now? I saw that on the news last week. Most people come because they need the caffeine or they love the drink. As long as you hook them, I'm sure we'd keep our regulars and they're going to keep talking in the community. I think they're going to keep coming in. People still go to McDonald's to this day with garbage food and drink.
Yeah, exactly. McDonald's was a thing back in the day. It was the cheapest thing to feed a family. And now that we're in 2026, 2025 area, now it starts to die down because everything has gone up. People's like, what's the point of going to McDonald's? It's getting expensive. I can just make food at home or go somewhere else. How do you feel with coffee? I know the tariffs and everything, how is it affecting the markup on coffee beans? Has that affect your business? That whole thing.
Honestly, for positivity, I don't really follow that. I just look at my invoices. Coffee wasn't going to be affected, but my invoice does go up because of food and beans and everything we need. That keeps going up, but I think that's just the world we live in right now and everything keeps increasing. I haven't seen this huge increase in beans yet.
Because
And if it happens, I almost don't want to know because I'm in it to win it. I'm stuck here having to pay it.
yeah,
So we would have to cross that hurdle when it comes. There's no point in stressing about something I can't change.
it's hard. I start seeing some coffee shops increasing their prices little by little. Some are staying the same. But for me, if I'm going to get a good cup of coffee, I'm going to pay more. I don't care what the cost is.
We haven't increased our drink prices in quite some time. We don't like to price gouge. We're going to have to do an audit and see where we're at. We're hoping that we don't have to change it.
Let's get into some rapid fire questions.
Oh, God.
Espresso or cold brew?
Espresso.
Espresso?
I love espresso. It has to be strong like ours.
Seasonal flavors or year-round classics?
Seasonal flavors.
Which is your number one seasonal flavor you go to every year?
If I drank sugar, it would be the New York winter with peanut butter cold foam.
Oh. You ever made that drink?
I've made it for a lot of people, but I haven't made it for myself.
That's the one thing I have to try.
You can either get the New York winter with chocolate cold foam or peanut butter cold foam. Emma came up with this drink, her creativity last year, and said, Mom, we're going to have a drink that has fluff in it for the winter and it shows the snow. It's a New York winter.
That's a great concept.
Based on the New York roads.
I love it. She's got a creative mind. I love what she thinks and how she creates these drinks.
I love that uniqueness. I think that's why we kill it with the creativity.
That's why I call you the mother and daughter duo.
There you
Creating
go.
different drinks that nobody is doing in the Clifton Park area.
We don't look, because once you look, you start second guessing.
You got a great product and your product is always there. So you don't have to wind up thinking what other shops are doing.
Yeah.
You guys got it down packed. And that's my opinion. I love your stuff. I love the concept you guys got going on. It makes me come there every single time. I truly love your shop.
We love you.
One ingredient you would never remove from your menu.
Espresso.
Espresso?
You said one ingredient.
Are you early mornings or a late closer?
Early mornings.
One drink every customer should try at least once in your store.
Crescent Moon.
The Crescent Moon.
That's a brown sugar maple pancake drink made with oat milk. You can get it with any milk, but if you don't like pancakes or maple syrup, then it's not for you. Most people love it.
I need to create my own drink and have it in your menu.
Yeah. We'll call it.
Be a nice little drink collaboration. I'll definitely.
Maybe we should have people vote on the name.
Vote on the name.
See?
I need something like that.
Sorry.
That's awesome. I'll be super excited for something like that. That'll be my goal, to have something on the menu and say, yes, I did something.
I'll talk to Emma, make sure this happens, because we do have a regular that we love, and his name is Jonathan Newman. We have a menu item now called the Newman because he always comes in and asks for a toasted croissant with butter, sugar, and cinnamon. So we put it on the menu and called it the Newman.
That's awesome.
So that's how much we love our regulars.
Definitely.
We love her.
So this is the one question I need to ask you. For anyone dreaming on opening a coffee shop, what advice you can give them?
Oh, it's a lot of money. There's a lot of moving parts and a lot of things you need. I opened up really small and kept growing from there. I did wait to get the bigger appliances I needed when we started adding more food that we cook. I didn't need to worry about the freezers. I only got the baked goods, but I did it very slow. You do need money. I still haven't made money. Eventually, when we stop growing, I'm sure I will, but you definitely need money for a coffee shop.
Probably.
Sorry.
That's all right.
That's my furnace.
For someone like me who wants to open up a coffee shop in the future, you have to have a lot of money.
Yeah, you're definitely going to need a good amount of money. If it wasn't for my cleaning company, I could never have opened this. Or you would have to work a full-time job, get paid from that full-time job for a while as you're also working the coffee shop full-time. Or you just have to have money.
Yeah.
You're just sitting in a savings account.
A lot of these people start off with a coffee cart, then go into a trailer and work their way into an actual storefront. And you have to take that money, use that business expense, sacrifice your weekends, and open up your own storefront and be more creative.
It's scary right now. I don't know if I'd open the coffee shop today. because of all the small businesses we see closing. If I had to start that right now with the economy, I don't know what I would do. Really good restaurants just closing. Even if it's not because of money, they're closing because of staffing. They can't find help. People are giving up when the economy can't afford coffee like they used to. I wonder what this would have been like 5 years ago.
I could see a big difference in the trend of how before COVID, it was easy to hire people. Now it's a lot harder because after COVID, you can't get anybody, or everybody
Right.
wants to do things on their own and don't want to work for a big corporation or a mom and pop place. They want
Sad. I know.
to venture off.
It's very hard to run a company, but now that I've been doing it 2.5 years, I can breathe a little. We're really lucky because a lot of people that work for us are like family, like we knew them before this.
Yes.
So that's one reason we can super trust them. Bree is part of our family. We got lucky with a few people that came and interviewed. Now they're our family. It is hard to find help. We've had to let people go after a day or two because they didn't take cross contamination seriously enough, or they would make a drink and weren't even paying attention to what syrups were going in. Quality is number one. If they don't get that on day one, I'm sorry, but you're done.
Because you want to make sure that you have the consistency every single time. So that person orders that same drink perfect every single time.
Right down to what you put in first, your espresso, your ice, your syrups, your milks, they all got to be on the same wavelength.
Yeah, and then it have to be measured accordingly too. Like the girls, they use the measuring cup, so they make sure they have the right amount of syrup that they need to put in. And if you constantly do that and get that consistency and measure everything right, you're golden. I do it at home. I measure all my stuff to make sure I get that perfect.
Yeah, and you just made a good point. That's the other thing I would tell any person opening a coffee shop. We are consistent with our hot products because we take the temps every time we froth milk. I've never gone into a coffee shop and seen a thermometer in every single froth cup. But we
Exactly right.
literally, I've had people that worked for other coffee shops say, oh, we just go by the feel of it on your hand. Some could be calloused.
Yeah.
Some might be able to deal with the warm. You could burn milk, you could scold it, make it bitter. Not only that, but there's nothing like a cold latte. So I would tell anyone to take your temperature, even for training purposes. It's a win-win.
I think a lot of these baristas that are probably doing it for so long understand. I talk to a lot of local baristas that jump around from shop to shop. I'm like, oh, you used to work over at this coffee shop. What are you doing over here? And they've done it for so long that they understand what the touch is.
Not everyone does it for a long time. I make my own drinks without doing it, and it's pretty dead on. You can know the froth itself and where it's at on the cup.
Make sure you got that smooth, silky texture like paint, and then you can do all the latte art. I have a hard time doing that in my own home.
Yeah, I'm not great at that, but the girls like having fun. Most of the drinks that we sling are in a to-go cup, so there's no point in doing art because most people are getting it to go. We have for here cups, but it's so hard because most get it to go. We usually don't even get into that conversation unless somebody asks.
Is there anything you want to say for closing this podcast? Anything that comes to mind, or where people can find you?
You can follow us. It's Boutique and Coffee, made simple. And we can find us on TikTok, Insta, or Facebook. We're open every day but Monday. Tuesday through Friday, we're open 7:30 to 2. Saturday, 8 to 3. And then Sunday, 8 to 1. And definitely make sure you keep following Joe. He's honest. Most influencers will go somewhere, even if they don't like it, they'll be like, oh, this is okay or whatever. And he'll come out straight. At least you're not wasting your money. And he's done it with us too, but we appreciate that because like he said, not everyone has the same taste. Make sure you follow him. That way you're spending money on drinks that were taste tested by him. We appreciate you, Joe. You definitely have helped us be where we're at. We owe you a drink. Name on our menu.
Yeah,
we take care of you.
Let everybody know you can see Fred the Butcher in that plaza in Clifton Park. Visit them, get their amazing drinks.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Exactly. And you definitely stop by, get their ThemeFlights. They're totally amazing. I like the theme concept, and I just keep on going every week doing these theme videos so everybody can just shoot over there and start doing them.
Thank you, Joe.
I appreciate you being the first one on my podcast and the first one I reviewed on my journey.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.